is eine around process known to an entire processor and run at 100%. A SysOps administrator wants to automate restarting the instance once the problem occurs for more than 2 minutes. How can this be accomplished? A. Create an Amazon CloudWatch alarm for the Amazon EC2 instance with basic monitoring. Enable an action to restart the instance. B. Create a CloudWatch alarm for the EC2 instance with detailed monitoring. Enable an action to restart the instance. C. Create an AWS Lambda function to restart the EC2 instance. Trigger it on a scheduled basis every 2 minutes. D. Create a Lambda function to restart the EC2 instance, triggered by EC2 health checks. Correct answer is B. Next question is: a SysOps administrator notices a scale-up event for an Amazon EC2 auto-scaling group. Amazon CloudWatch shows a spike in the request count metric for the associated application load balancer. The administrator would like to know the IP addresses for the source of the requests. Where can the administrator find this information? A. Auto-scaling logs. B. AWS CloudTrail logs. C. EC2 instance logs. D. Elastic Load Balancer access logs. Correct answer is D. Next question is: an organization with a large IT department has decided to migrate to AWS with different job functions in the IT department. It is not desirable to give all users access to all AWS resources. Currently, the organization handles access via LDAP group membership. What is the best method to allow access using current LDAP credentials? A. Create an AWS directory service. Simple A. Dereplicate the on-premises LDAP directory to simple AD. B. Create a Lambda function to read LDAP groups and automate the creation of IAM users. C. Use AWS CloudFormation to create IAM roles. Deploy Direct Connect to allow access to the on-premises LDAP server. D. Federate the LDAP directory with IAM using SAML. Create different IAM roles to correspond to different LDAP groups to limit permissions. Correct answer is D. Next question is: an Amazon S3 inventory report reveals that more than 1 million objects in an S3 bucket are not encrypted. These objects must be encrypted, and all future objects must be encrypted at the time they are written. Which combination of actions should a SysOps administrator take to meet these requirements? Select 2. A. Create an AWS config rule that runs evaluations against configuration changes to the S3 bucket when an unencrypted object is found. Run an AWS Systems Manager automation document to encrypt the object in place. B. Edit the properties of the S3 bucket to enable default server-side encryption. C. Filter the S3 inventory report biasing S3 select to find all objects that are not encrypted. Create an S3 batch operations job to copy each object in place with encryption enabled. D. Filter the S3 inventory report biasing S3 select to find all objects that are not encrypted. Send each object name as a message to an Amazon Simple Queue service, Amazon SQS. Q. Use the SQS queue to invoke an AWS Lambda function to tag each object with a key of encryption and a value of SSEKMS. E. Use S3 event notifications to invoke an AWS Lambda function on all new object-created events for the S3 bucket. Configure the Lambda function to check whether the object is encrypted and to run an AWS Systems Manager automation document to encrypt the object in place when an unencrypted object is found. Correct answer is B and C. Next question is: A company is using an AWS KMS Customer Master Key, CMK, with imported key material. The company references the CMK by its alias in the Java application ToCrypt data. The CMK must be rotated every 6 months. What is the process to rotate the key? A. Enable automatic key rotation for the CMK and specify a period of 6 months. B. Create a new CMK with new imported material, and update the key alias to the new CMK. C. Delete the current key material, and import new material into the existing CMK. D. Import a copy of the existing key material into a new CMK as a backup, and set the rotation schedule for 6 months. Correct answer is B. Next question is: a company is running a serverless application on AWS Lambda. The application stores data in an Amazon RDS for MySQL DB. Instance usage has steadily increased, and recently there have been numerous too many connections errors when Lambda function attempts to connect to the database. The company already has configured the database to use the maximum max_connections value that is possible. What should a SysOps administrator do to resolve these errors? A. Create a red replica of the database. Use Amazon Route 53 to create a weighted DNS record that contains both databases. B. Use Amazon RDS proxy to create a proxy. Update the connection string in the Lambda function. C. Increase the value in the max_connect_errors parameter in the parameter group that the database uses. D. Update the Lambda function's reserved concurrency to a higher value. Correct answer is B.